ridiculous spot. She's going to go down in a matter of seconds. And the Mutas do find these Zerglings, but the Zerglings find Check's gold expansion. He's trying to lay down. That will have to be cancelled. And the Zerglings are going to retreat to the relative safety of their queens and Mutalisks back home. Mutalisk count now 16 over 10, but 4 Corruptors have come out for the Wind. And Corruptor Mutalisk mix is a very, very complicated balance. It's always hard to tell which force will actually end up winning. Corruptors, of course, just so powerful against Mutalisks with that 2 armor and 200 hit points. But no splash damage to make up for it. Once again, the Wind unable to take out this hatchery, so both players now going to be operating off 3 bases. Definitely a slight income advantage here for CheckPrime since he was able to keep that expansion out for longer. Now the Zerglings moving in from the Wind, so there's so much action for both these players. These Zerglings probably going to try and take out this hatchery, and the Banelings are going to lead the way forward. Unfortunately, only a few Zerglings caught by that attack, and the rest of those roving Zerglings of the Wind are in open retreat. So looking at the vision here, very, very nice map control by CheckPrime. He has good vision everywhere, very, very few overlords for either player, just because they don't want to get them sniped, which means that this roving band is able to get a lot of free kills. Now 19 over 17 and relatively equal Corruptors, so both players with an almost identical Air Force, but Check is definitely on the offensive. He is briefly caught by this Air Force, and a bunch of his own Lings killed. The Wind now moving out with this entire force together. So hard to tell which force is stronger at any given moment. They keep dividing and reassembling their armies together. Those Zerglings now attacking the Wind's expansion, taking out the Extractor, and looks like this hatchery going to go down once again. Reinforcing Lings on the way, and there's that Air Force, but it's too late. Once again, this hatchery does go down. This evolution chamber, not dead, but isn't really building anything. Upgrades, we do still have that +1 attack. And meanwhile, in CheckPrime, he is beginning to research his +1. Now 18, 17, 8, and 9 it looks like. So Air Force is completely identical. Neither player able to get the upper hand, except CheckPrime does have this expansion, so that is the one thing definitely going for him. He has a temporary advantage in terms of Corruptor count. Catches these Corruptors out of position, but he's forced to engage here because he's going to lose this expansion if he doesn't move in fast. CheckPrime does finish off those Corruptors, then engaging the majority of the army. This hatchery is going to live. This is probably a deciding moment in this fight. Tons of Corruptors still at the door for CheckPrime. They are not being focused. The Wind losing his Mutalisks, not his Corruptors. And one more spawning Corruptor from this hatchery. It looks like CheckPrime is going to clean up this fight quite handily. The Wind's Air Force is completely destroyed. Now 6 Mutalisks, 12 Corruptors against 3 and 1. So this is definitely the time for the Wind to transition into Hydralisks. What is he throwing down? Looks like nothing, just another hatchery, but this has been harassed so diligently by CheckPrime. It's just never going up. Very, very few Mutalisks left, but there's just nothing left to counter this. So many Corruptors. CheckPrime now rules the skies. A Zergling counterattack in on this gold expansion. Probably going to get several of those drones, but spawning Mutalisks and Zerglings are going to drive that back. And Queen's now coming off since there's very few Mutalisks left alive. Unfortunately, the transfuse is going to be enough. I think CheckPrime's Mutalisks are going to go down. They are indeed. A little bit of focus fire. That one goes down. So yes, these Queens are going to push off these Mutalisks. And now a pure Corruptor army here for CheckPrime. And some Roaches as well. So it looks like the Wind is going to have to abandon the skies. Unfortunately, this many Corruptors. He is just going to kill every single one of the Wind's Overlords. And CheckPrime, a few more Mutalisks up, able to get that Queen. And the second Queen also going down. The Spine Crawler a little bit tougher than he can handle. He pulls all those Mutalisks, but all these Corruptors are just unopposed. They're going to sit there and take the Spore Crawler hits and just send the Wind back to the Stone Age. All of his control is being slaughtered here. This is like a kid in a candy store. Now 52 supply, 44 supply, down to 36. I think he is literally down to his last Overlord. I don't think there's a single... There's 1, 2 Overlords left alive for CheckPrime, and CheckPrime does go looking for them. He finds them. That Overlord is also down. CheckPrime here, it looks like he has taken this game for certain. One last ditch Roach push. Tons of Lings ready to face these Roaches, but the Mutalisks are going to help out against these defenseless Roaches, and just too many Zerglings. CheckPrime wiping the floor with his opponent. The Wind is just overwhelmed. He has no Overlords left. His army has been destroyed. His expansion never going up, and there it is. oGs.TheWind calls the Korean GG, and the game is over. CheckPrime takes the match and the series. He is moving on to the qualifying round of 16. It's an excellent play by both players. This was a great Zerg versus Zerg series, and it was a pleasure to cast this. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep following this tournament on TeamLiquid.net and the matches on IC Cup TV. We have lots more coming in the near future, so keep tuning in. And until next time, have a good one.